Hello everybody and welcome to the 10th episode of Whirligig World. We're continuing the Icarus mission where we left in the last episode. After Derbin we're trying to get closer to Kerbman. However, we had an error message that one of those fuel tanks are leaking. That's why we are asking Bill Kerbman to fix the problem as fast as he can. Otherwise, we cannot go back home. And while we're here, we have to detach this instrumental package of scientific instruments, because we will not use it anymore. And basically, it's just dead weight. And while the crew of Icarus is watching this blue marble, we're commencing a slingshot maneuver so we can lower the periapse even more. Alright, we're going to going for the orbit of Greymon. It should be around 6,700 or so, yeah, it's fine. And meanwhile, on the surface of Derbin, the M1D1 Firefly is rechecking those electrical propellers and the whole system as well. Alright, and detaching from the relay station, let's say. But the landing sequence was quite rough. Yeah. Alright, but at least we're still intact. And after completing this scientific sequence, the Firefly can commit its very first test flight in the atmosphere of Derbin. And as you can see, it's an electrical craft, and the maximum electrical charge is 2,300 about, but those 4 electrical propellers are sucking the electrical charge really fast out from the craft. So we always so we have about 2 or 3 minutes of flight time, and for the very first time we made a distance from the relay station, about 400 meters. It's quite fine. But meanwhile, on the board of Icarus, we have to ask Bill once again to fix another problem, this time with the electrical battery. Yeah. The Icarus has more than enough electrical charge, as you can see, 1855 to stay operational. But yeah, I really like to fix those things and say goodbye to the Hathor engine. It's a really good engine, and I really hope it will serve us well in the future too. And after burning out the mainsail engine, no, that's the skipper. We want to try to make our orbit closer to Thresomin, because we want to dock with the TURP-2, where Alfred and Cosby Kerbman still waiting for us. You know, those are the guys who landed on the surface of Kerbman. Those guys were the first 2 ones. But first, we want to meet and dock with the M1S4 Tiktaalik. This probe was, I think, the first one which made a flyby and a contract with Troymin and Kerbman as well. And since the Tiktaalik has a lot of liquid fuel, which is still on board and will be unused in the future. We want to transfer it to the Icarus. So later on the board of TORP2 we can produce only a good amount of oxidizer, because we still have a few, or really small or little. And since we don't need the Tiktaalik anymore, we have to decommission it in a very dramatic way. I really hope you like this new visual style or so. Alright. Bye, Tiktaalik. Thanks for your help. And on the surface of Derbin, the Firefly is still continuing its mission. The temporal, or mission of this probe was to the test flight, but also looking for some body of water, because we still believe that the Derbin can sustain some kind of life, but we still need to send here at least 2 probes to confirm it. Oh, just be careful. That was really close. Alright, because the Firefly probe is the part of the main contract, which asks to send 3 probes to Derbin, to 3 different biomes. And right now, as you can see, the Firefly flew to on the biome called continents, so we still have to work with this. Meanwhile, with the Icarus, we're getting closer to the TORP2, slowly but steadily. And on the board, you can see the capsule of the M1S4 Atlas. Yeah, still getting closer. I want to this visual would be similar to the SSTV thingy, but instead of standing pictures would be some kind of glitchy video translation or so. Okay, but we're docked to the TORP2, but it's still not enough, because we still have to refuel the craft, and that's why we're calling in the Taurus, the M13 SS3 Taurus, which is the main mining craft. But first of all, if we want to use the Taurus, we have to refuel its fuel tanks as well. So after the refueling process, we can detach the mining craft from the TORP2, and committing the descending process, I mean detach, the landing process. Alright, and luckily Nesbin is inside, so the communication with the center and with the mining base will be let's say solid or so. And after the mining process, after refueling those ore tanks with fresh ore, docking back to the TORP2 will be our next task, and producing as much oxidizer as we can, because the Icarus still lacks somewhat. as much as we can, we want to dry the TRP-2 out, but not the main tank, because if in the future we want to or have to do a rescue mission just like we did last time, we have to preserve the liquid fuel, yeah, for the TRP-2 in its fuel tank. So after detaching the Icarus, the Atlas also leaving the TRP-2 and docking to the big craft, the Icarus. This craft will be the transfer vessel for now. Yeah, the main problem with the Atlas is that the RCS system wasn't built around the center of mass, and that's why it's a bit tricky to dock with it. But with the firing up those twin bores engines, we can leave the Thresomin and getting closer once again to the orbit of Stetman. Alright, burning those twin bores dry out, and then we can ignite the mainsail engine, except when not, because we're out of fuel for some reason, so we have to go with the nuclear engine. At least we still have those, we still have this. But with the 3,400 meters per second of delta V budget should be more than enough for this task. I really hope the final sequence will be smooth as much as I want, because the Icarus already had two failures, one somewhat bigger and the second is somewhat smaller, but still the failure sequence, or if we would have a failure in the landing sequence, would be a fatal one, and that's what I really don't want. Okay, we sent two Firebrand 2 EC-2B crafts earlier, and that's why the Atlas is heading that way, docking to the Firebrand. Alright, that's fine. And we still have the Icarus docking to the Firebrand 2. Okay. Space debris is flying around, that's fine. Messbin does not have any atmosphere at all, so if those space debris will fall on our head, oh, should be fine. I hope so. Okay, so with the Icarus we are commencing the deceleration phase. Okay, we're trying to land somewhere somewhere flat. All right, 300 meters per second should be more than enough. It's fine. The Icarus just landed intact. That's a really good thing. Okay, so the Atlas. Okay, we're going down. And in the last couple of meters we run out of fuel. No! Oh, imagine if we run out of fuel way higher. It should be a deadly one. 2,820 scientific points we just gathered. It's a really huge achievement. Okay, so we're still launching the M1D1 Endurance. This is the second craft to Derbin, and we still need to send one. And this craft has two, let's say, sub-probes, which should investigate the amount of ore consistency on Derbin, but it requires a 90-degree polar orbit, and as you can see, that's not quite a polar one, but that's not a really big problem because we have two those sub-satellites. So after doing some maneuver thingy, we can detach the first one, then going for the 90-degree orbit, or no, because we have an engine failure, and of course the main engine is failed. Oh right, that's not fine. Okay, but at least we have that nuclear engine attached to the craft, so we could lower our perhaps around 52,000 meters, so that's fine. Yeah, we lost sub-probe, but the main cargo of this ship is on its way. It's fine. Yeah, the craft is disintegrating in the atmosphere. 3,330 electric units. That's fine. I really don't know how should I go even further, because the hot ore engine is a really powerful one, but as you can see, if there is no engineer on board, if we have an engine failure just like we had right now, that's a very big problem. Yeah. But from another side, yeah, that's dang it mode is all about. You have to rely those things. Okay, so there's still no water inside, and we're landing in the biome called Midlands, so 2 out of 3 is just accomplished. Doing some geoscience, let's say, with those pods and with the hammer. Okay, detaching those thingies and getting ready for the detach of the endurance probe or drone. Alright, raising the thrust to about 50 or 55% about. Okay, raising a little bit and detach. And what a clear detach process was it. Oh my god, that was perfect, just perfect. Landing slowly and touchdown. That's really fine. Alright, so yeah, the endurance drone is operational right now, and after a small break it will continue its mission to wandering around in the region. Meanwhile, in the future we have a mission to Kerbman once again. It will be a crewed mission as much as I can, and we still have to launch the third probe to Derbin to complete our contract with it, and sooner or later we have to leave the sphere of influence of Mesbin as well, to go completely interplanetary, but this will be in the future. So until then, I really hope you liked this part or video. If yes, then please like it and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.